Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I'm going to show you the new Halloween kit. I just want to give you a quick flip through because it's easier to see than actually in the shop, and I like to do that. So we have got 16 pages altogether. We have 6 main pages, and then we have 4 pages which you sort of like, I call them backing pages, that you can sort of like print onto the back of your main pages, which are these, and I just love these as well. These are nice to go in your journals because they are just the plainer ones with no pictures on as pages. We have them, the 6 main pages, as little postcards. Now I like to put these in because I like to sort of like make little journals as well, which are really lovely. Just little as well, little plain notepads are good for these. So if you're doing sort of like trick-or-treat bags, you could make these into little journals, just the journal cover, and pop some paper in there, and I think that would look really nice as an extra little gift in your little treat bags. So we've got 6 of those. We have some sort of potion bottles. So this one says poison, this one says deadly nightshade, and this is snake venom. And then we have them as the labels as well, and some little tags on there as well, which has got Beetlejuice and spider legs and things like that on. We have a couple of little belly bands. We have some beautiful tags on there. Some more tags. These I love. I think they would sort of like almost make like little buttons or something, wouldn't they? Which are nice. More tags. These ones I've got them down in the little tags as well to match the big ones. I think maybe you could sort of like hang the smaller ones off the big tags. We got the house on the hill, the raven, and keep out. And we have some more little pockets here. I think I'll probably use these as paper clips. And then we've got some fussy cuts as well. But I'm thinking these ones, I do love these 2 pages here as the actual journal covers, because look at that. I think that would make a really nice little spooky journal, wouldn't it? And also this one, because we have one of the labels which says house on the hill. So I think that would go really well with that. And if you could see, it's got like one of the little rooms is lit up. So I think that looks really nice. So loving these. So I'm going to go and make something with these. I thought I'd show you just before I started cutting them up. And then I will be back and show you what I've made. So it won't be long. Okay guys, so this is what I ended up making with the lovely digital papers. It's a beautiful Halloween journal. Now I've never made anything like this before. Normally my stuff is a little bit pretty. Well, I try to keep it pretty. So I have had such fun doing this. It's a beautiful journal. Again, it is a lot bigger than I intended it to be. I was just going to make something sort of like small to show you what to make with some of the papers, and I just got a little bit carried away, and I'm loving it. So the journal is 6 inches by 8.5 inches, and then I have a 2-inch spine on here, and we have 3 signatures inside. I have a lovely little tassel on the side, which is just hooked on with a lobster claw clasp on there. So I have some seam binding, some lace. I have some little dingly dangly. So we've got a little metal one in here. We've got witch's hat with a little pumpkin hanging off. I've got a broomstick, and I have a little moon on there as well. And there's this lovely bit of netting, and it's got some like little sparkly bits in there, which looks really pretty. Now on the front, I've sort of like made like a little witch's dress on there, which is sort of like all nice and green and grungy. Again, I have got some lace, I have got some cheesecloth. I don't know whether you can see on here, we have a little skull on there as well, which is nice. And then she's got a little necklace on there with a little diamante and like a little bolero jacket over the top. Which I'm loving. We have a cabochon here with the number 13 underneath, and I've got a sign that says keep out. So we've got a little bit of metal on there, and I've just attached it on there with a little brad with a little bit of seam binding, and some cheesecloth. I have a little pocket here, and I've done a witch's hat. Now I've made this into a paper clip, so I'm going to be doing a tutorial on a couple of bits and pieces that I've got in the journal this week. But I'm loving the little hat, and I think it just works so well. Look, with her little dress, which is beautiful. Now here I've got a pocket, and I've sewn on here like a little spider's web, and we have a little booklet, little spider on there with just a few little pages in there, just to pop on there. And then this little paper clip I'm just going to pop on there like that. I've got some metal corners on there as well, so I'm loving it. Now I've also made some little tassely bits, so under here I've got keys and a little cross and some chain with some pearls and beads on there as well. So I'll show you that as we go through. So let's just open it up. So I've just got some seam binding as the closure and a little eyelet there. So I'm going to open this up. So again, it's got 3 signatures in it to make sure we are in shot there. So the first one is a lovely little lace pocket with one of my postcards in. Now I've got some of my stash that I have already in here. I've got what I've used in the kit, and I've also got some bits and pieces from the Graphics Fairy as well. So it's a nice sort of mixture. So that's a lovely postcard on there. So the first one is the Raven, which I've made a little bit of a cluster on there as well. So if we open up, I've got the first pocket, which is one of the corner pockets, and then I've got the house on the hill. Now these are 2 of the tags from the kit. Now this is a double tag that I've got in there, so when you put them together it actually makes a spider like that. And then we have a photo of Edgar Allan Poe on there. So I wanted this one to be so you can see the whole thing. So I've actually made the pocket bigger by adding this piece here. So when we put that in, that sits in there nicely. So the pocket is a lot bigger. Because the pockets on here, I've only got it so you stick down the sides, and this bit's open. So the pockets can be as big as you like anyway, but I sort of like this sort of like extension to it. And some cheesecloth on there. I have got another pocket here with the Raven music sheet on there, which I've just scrunched up, made it grungy. We have a little pocket, and we have a beautiful feather. I've doubled up, so I've got a pocket, and I've added one of the journaling cards on there as well. I've got a wax seal with a rose on, just to hold the feather on for the Raven, so I love that. I've gone around all of the pages, and I've sewn around the pages as well. So then here we've got a little potion bottle. I have another little skull on here, which is again onto a lobster claw clasp on there, so that can be hung on anything. This is a journal card of a nice big skeleton on there, like that. And I've made a sort of like, it's like a belly band pocket really. So it's like a bottomless pocket. So it just slips through there, and these all hang down. So it's all sort of like cobwebby. I've used lots and lots of cheesecloth in here, so which I'm loving. So this is a quote on here. That's from the Graphics Fairy. All the little quotes are from the Graphics Fairy. So I've got a nice little pocket side tuck there. Had a nice little go on my sewing machine with lots of different stitch on there, which was fun. I have got some little writing sheets here, and then this piece here was a belly band from out of my kit, so I've just cut a piece off and made it as like a little page tab. I've made a little pocket here, so this is a separate post. This is the middle bit, so this is the middle of the first signature. So what I've done, I've got some beads and a little key on there, and then I popped some cheesecloth and a little bit of lace just underneath where I tied it, just to give it another little scruffy bit in there. And then I've got some of my little tags on there. We have some little journaling cards in there. I've made one of these from this is from my other Halloween kit, backing papers, and I've made one of these little zines in here from one piece of paper. So maybe we'll have a go at making those as well. So if you haven't seen how to make these, they're so simple, and they are just lovely little pockets. So that's a nice one to pop in there. A little one of my embellishments there. I have a skull's head. This is from my stash as well, which I've just popped in there with a little paper clip and some seam binding on there. So then we have some more paper. I have a little tuck spot there with one of the Deadly Nightshade embellishments, so that just tucks in like that. We have the lovely bit of lace going down there. This was also from my stash, which is with a raven, so I've cut it and then I've sort of like made it into a pocket. And I also have another cabochon here with the raven's head on it, a little tag with some lace on it, and then we have a raven tag, and then another one. This is another one of the double tags that I have in the kit, so you pop them together and it makes a nice skull's head. So what I've done, I've just joined them together with some black paper, a little bit of black card, and they just fits in there. But I do love this raven pocket. I think that's lovely. Another little tuck on there with one of the tags, so that just slips in. I have some just some fabric going down here just to edge the paper, and then a little sort of dingly dangly with some bits of fabric on there. And then we have a pocket here. So using one of the tags or one of the journal cards, I've made them into sort of like bigger writing spots, really, like that. So they just folded up, and I've just stuck the journal card on the corner of the paper. So it gives you more places to journal as well. There's lots and lots of room in here to add other pieces. We have another little tuck spot there, with a vampire lady on there, so that sticks in. So that was the first signature, and now we're on to the second signature. So this is lovely. I love this paper, really lovely. So again, I just like how I've sewn around the edges. So we've got another lovely lace pocket. This is a little booklet that I made just with a few little bits of scrap paper in here. This is some paper that I had in my stash as well. I think that's from the Graphics Fairy, if I remember. And then we have another little, it's a little tuck on here, or a little pocket, with some journaling cards. These are out of the kit. So this is just a scruffy old piece of paper that I inked up and stamped on. So I think it looks really nice. Little clustery bit there. We have a lovely pocket here with a bat on there. This is from the Graphics Fairy as well. We also made a little pocket, little lacy pocket to pop some of the little diddy tags in. And again, I have just added one of my journaling cards onto here. I think these are from my stash, and that just fits in there perfect. Another lacy pocket with a card with one of the postcards in. Some more paper, and that's one of the little tabs on there made from the belly band, and some lace. So there's some journaling pages. Another little tuck spot there with some cards, and a little bit of fancy sewing on there from my machine. Okay, I've made a little flip up like that. Well, it's a little closure really, with one of my embellishments, and then this comes out like that. We have a little journaling card in there, and then we just flip that back and close it down. And then again on here I popped a little bit of lace and cheesecloth in the middle of the book, middle of the signature. Let's untangle these. So then we have, I've got a cross on there, and then I also have a chain with some pearls and some beads on there, which I've just tied on. I've made these a little bit longer, so sewing in the signatures I did make these longer so you can have the dingly dangly bits coming down. So we have a couple of more journaling cards and a tag in one of the pockets there. This was a spider's web that I made Now this is the wire that I got from BB Crafts. So if you want me to show you how to make these, I will. They were really, really simple to do. And I just thought that worked really well in this journal, which is a nice little dingly dangly on a bit of seam binding. So on here again we have one of the little phrases on there. We have a little tuck spot there, which is a paper clip. So you can pop whatever you like in there. A lovely pocket with this is part of a postcard with the house on the hill, which I love that one. A little postcard there. We have this one, and then we have a little snake venom bottle there, and then I have another little zine in here, which is lovely and made from my Spiders backing paper, or the Halloween backing paper. A little corner pocket with a little dingly dangly on there, just to hold one of the postcards. And then on this side this is the last page of the second signature, so I've got like a little flap out like that, so little flip out, which opens up. We have a little journaling card with a writing spot in there, and one of the quotes, which I've just popped into like a little belly band, and I pop it in the corner like that, and then I'm just clipping it on so it doesn't fall through. So we've got a little paper clip on there, and then we have a little pocket. So lots going on in here, and just it really was good fun to do. So the last signature, we've got the house on the hill. So I've just added a little bit of cheesecloth on there, which I actually coloured that with some of the Distress Oxide sprays. Little pocket in here, a nice little lacy one. We've got lots of bits of fabric coming down there. Now I made this little thing, I don't know what you would call it, but let me just take it off and show you. It's on a little bulb pin. I've made a little tube, and then I've opened it up, so look, you've got a little tube in there, and then that's one of the quotes on here, so it's like a little letter. So you could write anything on there, couldn't you? Just rolled that up and popped it in through there like that. So that's a nice little a scrolly letter, I think you would probably call that. Just hook that on there, which I think looks great, doesn't it? Could put little potions or something in there, couldn't you? So on this one I've done a keep out little belly band, and again these are from the Graphics Fairy. Little tickets, which I've kept all together and just tucked it in there. Another little pocket in there, little writing pages, another little booklet in here. We've got the Sleepy Hollow card, and then this is just like a little bit of a journaling card. I like the journaling card stuck onto some paper because that gives you sort of like extra room to journal onto. And I think they look really, really good. And again, you can make them as big or as small as you like. This is the middle of this signature, which we have a key and a little dingly dangly, bit of chain and some beads on there, and again some lace and some cheesecloth. Little tuck spot with some cards in, and the Deadly Nightshade on there in the potion bottle. We have some more writing paper. This little one is out of the kit. Again on here, I love, I've got another coverage on there with a spider underneath, so maybe I'll show you how to do those. They're really, really simple as well. I'll do a couple of videos with a few bits from in here. We have the other third zine, which I popped into the third signature with the papers from the other kit. We have a lovely pocket, another lovely lacy one, and a pull out that comes out this way this time, like that, so that can be journaled on, and that can be just popped into there. And then we have a little, this is like a little tuck spot in there, which I've just popped the little tags on. We have a pocket in here with a double tag, the small one and the big one, so that just sits in there nicely. And then on the last page I have got this lovely spider's web, so I've just popped down some cheesecloth and then I've sewn on it like a little spider's web, and then you've got the lovely spider at the top, and then I've just made this little book like this. Now this is from my stash as well, but I think that's lovely. So that's a nice little book that just fits in there. So there we go guys, and then that is the back page. So I am loving it with all this lovely cheesecloth all over it. So what I'm going to do, I will just do this up. I just had so much fun. It was just fabulous to make this. So it took me a little while to do, but it was brilliant. It's something completely different to what I would do, but I still managed to fit in like a little dress. So some of the things that you normally do, which would be pretty, you can sort of like make them into, if you make them into different colours, it looks like a little witch's dress and this lovely little witch's hat as well. So I will be doing a couple of tutorials, like I said, on bits and pieces that were in here. So I hope you like that. So thank you so much for joining me. I will pop a link down to the papers that I used and into my Etsy shop. So there we go guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please stay safe, take care, and I will see you soon. All right guys, bye bye.